Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Leigh Fuge, and in this video today we're going to be talking about this really cool 25th anniversary Vintage V75 SVB. The V75 SVB is one of 3 guitars that Vintage made for their 25th anniversary. There's a limited run of 100 of this guitar plus 100 of each of the other 2 in the series that you see behind me there leaning up against the amp in the background. There's also a video on the channel about each of the other ones as well. These are super limited edition, like I said. Each one is just 100 units. So if you want one of these really cool Silverburst guitars, you're going to have to act very, very quick. Each of the guitars comes with a certificate of authenticity, which is signed by the managing director of the company, and it tells you that they've been set up in the pro shop. So let's kick off with some specs. This guitar is made from American alder, which is a nice weighty wood. It's very resonant. It's not super light, which I think is good for this kind of guitar. It's obviously the thick slab style body, as you can see there in the close-up cam. It's meant to weigh a good bit because that's what makes the guitar sing, I think. This guitar is finished in this lovely Silverburst that you see there, which is also on the back of the guitar. This is a string through body, as you'd expect from this type of guitar. So obviously on a T-style guitar we've got all the usual vintage style adornments. So if we go back to the close-up cam there, we've got the ashtray style bridge with the raised sides. We've got 3 brass saddles, each one with 2 strings over. Got a Wilkinson single coil there in the bridge position and a Wilkinson single coil in the neck position. Volume, tone, and a 3-way switch. So everything we'd expect from this type of guitar. We've also got a maple fretboard and a maple neck with a skunk strap at the back and 22 frets along the top. I'm not sure exactly what the radius is on this, but I think it's a 9.5 inch radius. I did a demo recently of another one of their T-style guitars on the channel, and this definitely feels a little bit rounder in the radius. I know the other one I did the demo of was a 12 inch radius. This definitely feels like it has a bit more curvature, so I'd probably put this at a 9.5 if I was to take a guess. At the top end, we've got this Graphtec new bone nut, and we've got a set of Wilkinson vintage style tuners. This is the style of tuner that has a secondary hole to put the string through for extra sort of string slip resistance, I suppose is a good way to put it. They're very, very stable and it feels great. So first impressions out of the box, this is a very stable guitar. It plays nice. The fretwork is fantastic. There's no sharp ends. All the frets feel pretty level to me. I've never actually played a vintage guitar where I've had a problem with the frets. Some manufacturers, you take the guitar out of the box and there's, you know, sharp ends or a fret needs to be leveled here and there. My experience with Vintage as a brand, all of the ones I've personally played have been ready to go straight away. The only thing that I ever really think I don't like about these guitars when I get them is that I don't like the fact that most of them come with 9-gauge strings. That's personal preference. I don't like playing with 9s. And for me, the action is always just a bit too low out of the box. Again, I'm the sort of player that likes the action slightly higher. So yeah, the first thing I would always do on one of these is switch everything to 10s and put the action up a little bit. But honestly, other than that, these things are gig ready out the box. If you like 9-gauge strings and low action, you could literally take this out the box, tune it up, and get on stage with it. It's that good. So these are all retailing between £400 and £450. All of the 25th anniversary fit into that little bracket there. But there's only 300 guitars in total. There's 100 of these and 100 each of the other 2 that I've also done videos of. So like I said, act very quick if you want to get your hands on one. So let's get some tones out of this thing. So I'm going to be plugged into the Blackstar Studio 10 6R6, which is mic'd up with a Lewitt Audio LCT 440 microphone. The amp's just running completely clean, and I've got some overdrive pedals that I'll be kicking in and out as we go through the different tones. So we'll start off with some clean tones on the bridge pickup. So when you pick chords on this thing, there's a lot of chimey notes. Because of the brightness of the pickups, it works really well for strummed stuff too. So now we'll switch to the middle position. So this is both the bridge and the neck pickup on at the same time. And now let's go to the neck pickup. So as you'd expect from a guitar that looks like this with this pickup configuration, it's very, very chimey. There's a lot of nice present high end there, but there's also a good bit of bottom end too. The bridge pickup actually has a steel base plate underneath it, which actually focuses the magnetic field a little bit and actually tightens up that bottom end a little bit more. So even though it's a single coil, you sort of get a half humbucker kind of response for it, especially when you start working it hard. So I'm going to switch now to a low gain tone. I'm going to use my Analog Man King of Tone on the low side. This is sort of a just past breakup tone. This is great for playing sort of early classic rock stuff and blues. The great thing with the bridge pickup on any T-Star guitar is that, yes, they are super bright, but if you roll back the tone control just a little bit, it does actually fatten it up. So even with just that bridge single coil, the addition of the bass plate helps this too. You could actually turn this into like sort of a P90-esque kind of tone. So even with a single coil, you can get pretty rocky. So now let's go to the middle position, which is the bridge pickup and the neck pickup on at the same time. And finally just the neck pickup on its own. now I'm going to boost the gain a bit more. I'm going to kick on my Chev Tone Effects Messiah Drive, which is sort of like a plexi in a box. I've still got the King of Tone running into the front end of that, so we're stacking some gain here. So it's not going to get super saturated, but we're going to go into the sort of realms of high-ish gain classic rock. So start once again with the bridge pickup. Now at the middle position, so that's both pickups on with the higher gain here. Finally, the neck pickup with the higher gain stack. So I would say this can definitely handle a little bit of the higher gain stuff as well. Obviously on a twin single coil guitar like this, you're not going to get into those super saturated metal tones, but you can get everywhere from sort of country and super clean funk right up to some pretty nasty sounding blues rock and classic rock. So yeah, these pickups have got a lot of bite to them. So there you go guys, there is the V75 SVB from Vintage and their 25th anniversary collection. So like I said, these are super limited edition. Please check out all three videos from this line. You've got the V75 here, you've got the V100, which is the other single cut guitar, and you've also got the V6H, which is the double cut S-Star guitar. I think there's something in there for everyone. They've covered three very classic shapes there, and they've also kept them very traditional in what they do. The only thing really that's slightly non-traditional is in the V6H, you've got the humbucker in the bridge, but it still does everything you'd expect a guitar of that shape to do. So this is a really cool line of guitars. I think the three of them are going to be very, very welcomed. They're out now, so if you do want one, you've got to act fast because, like I said, there's only 100 of each one. Maybe you'll even get the set. They all retail from £400 to about £450, depending on obviously which one you buy and where you look. You're going to get slightly different prices from different dealers, but that's the sort of price point to expect. But for that price point, you get a lot of guitar. This one is great, it plays great, it sounds great, it feels great. I've loved all three of them. I probably couldn't pick a clear winner, but they're all great guitars, and I think any one of these would be a welcome addition to anyone's arsenal. Much like with the V6H, the only thing I don't really like about this is that the control parts feel a little stiff. I like them to be a little bit speedier just for when I'm playing live and I have to roll the volume down. I like it to be instant, but honestly, that's me literally looking for something to complain about. The neck's great, the frets are fantastic, the weight is just right, the setup's great out the box. You know, again, I said at the start of the video, I like 10 gauge strings and I like a slightly higher action, but that's a very personal thing. As far as the setup goes, this is a great sort of universal setup. So you could buy this guitar, take it out of the box, tune it up and play a gig with it. It doesn't need any work to be done, which is the main thing. They're all set up in-house by their pro shop team, so each one of these guitars will literally arrive with you ready to go. They're very, very cool instruments, and with them being so limited, there's every chance that these things could be some interesting collector's pieces in a few years too. So please check them out, and if you like them, go and get some Silverburst in your life, because I think everyone needs to own at least one Silverburst guitar at some point. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of this guitar, and if you haven't already done so, please check out the other demo videos for the V100 and the V6H. This is a real exciting line of guitars from Vintage to celebrate their 25th anniversary. The colours are fantastic, the Silverburst works really well on all three guitars, They all play great, they all sound great, so please check out all 3 videos. Let me know which one your favorite is out of the 3 as well. I think that's a really fun discussion topic because I think everyone is going to like different things about each guitar, so it'll be really interesting to find out what everyone's favorite one of the 3 25th anniversary models is. If you guys did enjoy this video, please scroll down and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, because you guys subscribing to this channel really helps me to grow the channel, and it also helps me to keep working with brands like Vintage and their distributor JHS and making videos like this. And hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos, so if you guys want more of this stuff, please subscribe and help me to keep on doing this. It really means a lot to me that you guys are coming along on this cool journey with me. So don't forget to let me know down below in the comments what you think. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys think of the 25th anniversary range from Vintage. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.